There are celebrity rumors that flare up like fireworks and vanish by morning. Then there are stories that linger, not because they are noisy, but because they feel quietly believable. That is why this moment around Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei feels different to so many viewers. The current conversation does not come from a single sensational snapshot. It comes from a long, slow build of public memory, the way they work together, the ease in their interactions, the kind of chemistry that did not look rehearsed. In Chinese entertainment, where privacy is guarded and public narratives are carefully managed, audiences have become very sensitive to tone. When a story reappears with a softer, more personal flavor, less headline and more human, people instinctively lean in. They do not only listen for proof, they listen for emotional truth. What also changes the weight of this moment is timing. Many fans are tired of relationships being turned into battlegrounds. They want something gentler to hold on to. So when talk surfaces suggesting that two stars may be acknowledging their bond more openly, it lands as a kind of relief. It feels like a small window opening in an industry that often keeps such doors locked. Whether every detail is confirmed or not, the audience reaction shows that what people crave is not scandal, but sincerity. They are responding to the possibility that something real might be quietly unfolding behind the polished surface, and that possibility alone feels rare enough to matter. At the center of this fascination is a storyline that audiences have loved long before social media ever named it. Two people meet at work. They begin as colleagues, then friends. Over time, through shared pressure, shared laughter, shared silence, something shifts. The narrative being discussed now says that Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei followed that exact path during Love Like the Galaxy, a friendship first, then feelings that arrived gradually rather than dramatically. Why does this detail grip people so strongly? Because it fits the emotional rhythm of real life. Many viewers do not fall in love at first sight. They fall after watching someone consistently show up, after learning their temper, their kindness, their courage under stress. A bond that grows this way feels earned. It feels less like romance as a performance, and more like a quiet decision between two adults. Fans keep replaying this story because it helps them reinterpret what they already saw. When people return to old interviews or behind-the-scenes clips, they notice the small things. A glance held for a second longer, a habit of standing closer, a comfort that looks effortless. None of those moments alone prove anything. But together they create a texture that audiences read as intimacy. And perhaps most importantly, this Friends to More arc protects the dignity of both stars. It does not paint them as reckless or impulsive. It paints them as careful, respectful, and emotionally awake. In a world that often turns celebrity love into chaos, that kind of slow-burn tenderness feels almost radical. The most powerful part of this narrative is not the label of relationship. It is the portrait of admiration. In what is currently circulating, Zhao Lusi is described as being drawn to Wu Lei's kindness and sense of humor, the kind of warmth that makes a busy day feel lighter. Wu Lei, in turn, is said to value her intelligence, discipline, and the way she pushes herself to be better. Those traits matter because they are not glamorous buzzwords. They are qualities that speak to daily life. Kindness is what you notice when someone treats staff respectfully, when they are gentle in moments nobody is watching. Humor is what keeps two people breathing through long, difficult schedules. Intelligence and dedication are not merely about talent, they are about character, about someone who refuses to grow complacent even when fame tries to soften the edges of ambition. This is why fans react with a kind of emotional melting rather than just excitement. Because the admiration feels balanced. It suggests a relationship where each person sees the other clearly, not as a trophy, not as a rumor, but as someone worth respecting. People are tired of romantic stories that are built on fantasy alone. They want partnerships that feel like two strong individuals choosing each other for reasons deeper than image. Even viewers who remain cautious about unverified news often admit that this pairing feels emotionally plausible. The qualities they supposedly praise in one another fit what the public already believes about them: her warmth and relentless work ethic, his steadiness and quiet humor. It aligns with a kind of love that does not shout for attention, yet still leaves a trace people can feel. If this were only a couple rumor, it would have burned bright and disappeared. But the conversation keeps returning because it has become a mirror for something bigger: how audiences want celebrity culture to feel in the next era. Many viewers are exhausted by relationships that are weaponized, used for clicks, fandom wars, or brand chess. They are quietly asking for a different kind of narrative now, one that prioritizes respect, privacy, and emotional health. Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei sit at the center of that hope because their public images already represent patience and professionalism. The idea of them being together is not merely romantic, it symbolizes a better way to exist in a harsh industry. A relationship rooted in friendship, mutual admiration, and calm support looks like a small rebellion against the chaos people associate with fame. This is also why the audience response feels protective. Fans are not just asking, are they dating? They are asking, if they are, can the public let them breathe? That question is quietly radical in the age of constant surveillance. It shifts the focus from entitlement to empathy. The story also touches cultural nostalgia. Many people grew up watching co-stars become partners in classic dramas, where love was slow and loyal rather than reckless and loud. Whether or not this situation mirrors those old patterns, it gives audiences a feeling of continuity, the belief that something gentle can still survive in a world that profits from noise. So yes, it may begin as a couple story, but it grows into a conversation about how we consume love, how we protect the people we admire, and what kind of entertainment culture we want to build next. One line in the circulating narrative keeps landing hardest with viewers, that balancing love and career is not easy, but they try to make time for each other anyway. Why does that feel so real? Because it recognizes the truth without romanticizing the struggle. It does not sell love as effortless. It describes love as something you protect on purpose. In celebrity life, schedules are brutal. Days become flights, filming blocks, brand events, rehearsals. Public attention turns every absence into a rumor, and every appearance into a spectacle. So when a story suggests that two people still prioritize ordinary moments, movie nights, quiet dinners, simply being together, audiences connect instantly. Those details are gentle and human. They are what most couples hold on to when life is demanding. This angle also changes the emotional temperature of the story. Instead of turning love into a dramatic headline, it turns love into a practice. A decision to show up for each other in small, consistent ways. That is a more mature, more sustainable picture of romance. It is not the spark that matters, it is the habit of care. Viewers are especially moved because both Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei are known for their dedication to work. The idea that they could still carve out a protected space for their relationship reads as admirable rather than reckless. It suggests two adults who do not want fame to swallow their private world. Whether this narrative is eventually confirmed or not, the emotional lesson is already resonating. The most believable love stories are not the loudest ones. They are the ones built in the quiet hours between obligations, when two people choose each other without needing applause. The newest and most fascinating part of this wave is not what the stars are said to be doing. It is what the audience is choosing to do in response. Compared to past fandom storms, this reaction feels softer, more self-aware, almost like a community growing up in real time. Instead of rushing to prove a relationship with aggressive speculation, many fans are choosing patience. They post reminders about privacy, asking others not to chase the story like prey. That shift matters. It shows a kind of emotional maturity that CNNEWS fandoms are rarely credited for. People are learning that care can be active, not passive. You can support someone by giving them space. Another emerging pattern is creativity with restraint. Fans are making tribute edits and compilations that focus on themes of growth, respect, and companionship rather than possession. The tone is less "this is ours," and more "we hope you are well." That changes the atmosphere entirely. It turns the conversation into warmth rather than conflict. In some corners, communities are even using this moment to do small good deed projects, charity drives, encouragement threads, mental health-friendly comment campaigns. These are not official movements, but they reflect something significant. Viewers want their admiration to mean something beyond gossip. They want to transform emotional investment into kindness. What makes this fresh community energy powerful is that it resists the algorithm's hunger for cruelty. It refuses to turn a personal story into a public fight. Whether or not the relationship is real, the response is already shaping a new kind of fandom culture, one built on empathy first, excitement second. Under all the trending words and floating clips, there is a quieter lesson hiding in plain sight. The reason stories like this grip us is not because we want to invade someone's life. It is because we are searching for meaning in our own. We watch love through celebrity stories the way we watch weather through a window, hoping it tells us something about what is still possible. If Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei truly are opening up about their bond, the appeal is not just romance. It is the idea that something gentle can survive pressure. That friendship can turn into love without needing to be dramatic. That admiration can be mutual, not performative. And that two busy people can still choose to prioritize each other in a world that rarely leaves anyone alone. Even for skeptical viewers, the emotional pull is the same. People are not only asking, is this true? They are asking, could this be true? Because the possibility itself feels hopeful. It suggests that the best relationships are built on quiet consistency, not public heat. There is also a mirror here for how we behave as audiences. Every time we decide to discuss a story with gentleness rather than aggression, we shape the environment celebrities live in. The public is not just watching the industry, it is participating in it. How we react teaches the culture what we value. So perhaps this story's deepest meaning is simple. In an era built on noise, tenderness still feels like news. And maybe that is what we have been longing to hear all along.